It's Friday. It's Friday, and we are live. Hey, good morning, everyone out there. It's 5 a.m. Mester Scrum Show. It's about 7:41 a.m. Got the trash out. Though you'd think people would realize when 60-mile-an-hour winds are blowing, you'd not put your recyclables out. But apparently, they don't know, which will kind of goes to what we talked about yesterday. And today is our 609th episode, and we're going to talk about the dreaded warning. Danger. Scrum Masters assuming they understand what the team wants to do. We're also going to do Fortune Cookie Friday. And I got a couple things. I went to an Affiliate XP meeting last night and listened to Tim Ottinger. It was a really good episode. I went to another one earlier this week with Boulder Agile. We'll talk about that one, or Agile Boulder Meetup. I'll talk about that one later in the weekend. And I think Starship is supposed to be launching today, so crossing my fingers that it launches and lands successfully. I'm going to cheer them on. Hope they do good and they don't go launch anything in a fog bank this year again. Anyway, so that's what we're going to do. We're going to talk about the dangerous assumption that Scrum Masters make, that they know what the team wants. So we'll talk about that a little bit, and the danger, why I say that's a danger to everyone involved. And then we'll do Fortune Cookie Friday. All right. So 5 a.m. Mester Scrum Show. I am Greg Mester, Scrum Master and Agile Coach. And here we talk about Scrum and Agile in a practical, tactical way. It's very practical, very tactical, so that you can get value to the customer, get home to family and friends, not work crazy hours, and have a little fun in the office and at home, and just live a life, right? I hear so many people stressing on how many hours they work, and Tim Ottinger last night spoke about that. And this thing on Philly XP local meetup, they did a virtual session. And he talked about how, people delay stuff, and the next thing you know, they're doing these massive integrations, and everybody's working 17-hour days until the whole thing gets out and all burnt out. And then my favorite comment: in the end, it doesn't work anyhow. You spent all that time trying to integrate all that stuff after 6 months of coding and not integrating. In the end, it doesn't work anyhow. So we trying to work away from that. We don't want to do that. If your company's doing that, maybe you should call me and maybe I can help you. I'll do it for free just to help you, or give you some thoughts on how to get away from that if you're willing and able. I won't fix the problem though. You got to hire me for that one. But it was a great conversation. He talked about mob programming. And the way he described it was really good. And if they post up a link to it from the meetup, because I know they recorded it, I will share the link with everyone. It was a great description of how mob programming is better than pair programming, and definitely better than what we do. Or he said, and a lot of people experienced once they did mob programming, pair programming was easy. So it was a great way of discussing it and how you get rid of because he talked about value flow. And laying that out and how that helps. But again, I got a lot of ums in there. But the mob programming thing that he described was really cool. And agrees to everything I say to people when I tell them about stuff. So it was cool. It was a good show. All right. So why am I talking about the dangers of Scrum Masters assuming they know what the team needs? So there's a danger out there. Scrum Masters are with the team a lot, right? They're in their day-to-day, working with them, finding issues, working with product owners. Sometimes they get into areas they may or may not should be into, like backlogs and becoming a product owner, maybe a tester, and they think they are like in with the team and know what the team is. And what they do is they'll make assumptions. Well, I'm thinking the team would like to do this, or I'm thinking the flow of the team should be this. And every time I coach people, I'm like, well, don't you think you should ask the team what they think it should be? That's the job of the Scrum Master. The Scrum Master is to facilitate a group discussion, a self-organizing team, and it's not self-organizing based on what the Scrum Master has in their brain. Right? A lot of people don't understand that. They just think, hey, I've done enough times. This is what you got to do is propose it, talk about it, modify it, see if they want to tweak it. I mean, you can propose ideas, but you really want to ask them, say, hey, I documented process flow. Is this like what your process flow is, right? And would this work for you, or what would you want to do? Here's how I can show you how you can manipulate in the different systems we have, or document it. What would you all like to do, right? But a lot of people go out there, a lot of Scrum Masters assume they know what they're going to do. They assume know what they're going to fix. They assume they know what the problems are. They pump into the retrospective and give ideas and solutions to problems. And it's not their job, right? They assume it. Their job is to pull it out of the team, whether it would be with silence, where they just be quiet and just be, awkward silence, so the team talks. They just facilitate, come up with creative ideas to get the team to put their ideas on the wall, on the whiteboard, the virtual one or the physical whiteboard, wherever they may be. And that's their job. So there is a danger. You have to be careful as a Scrum Master that you don't think just because you work with the team day in, day out, that you know what they want. And don't get into that assumption base where you're assuming the team wants something. Go ahead and ask them. There's a lot of times I coach people all the time. They're like doing this. I said, well, who else should you ask? And they're like this, the stakeholder, blah, blah, blah. Who else should you ask? And I had to say it like a couple times. I've had a couple coaching sessions with multiple people. I'm like, well, who else should you ask? And then finally, the team? Yes, the team. Ask the team what you should do. And be amazed how many Scrum Masters just miss, and Agile coaches, to be frankly honest with you, miss that simple step. I had a meeting the other day. I like to suggest things and talk it out with everybody, get feeling from all my Scrum Masters before we implement anything in the enterprise-wide, and get the, some things are say, well, I don't like that. Well, I'm like, I'll have to say, well, sooner or later, these people up here are going to come down, and that's what they're going to want that. But I want you to understand it, voice your concerns. How do we make it an easier transition? Because sometimes we have no choice, right? It is what it is. There's not going to be choice, but you can make the transition easier. What do we need to get there? Because it's coming, right? So I always ask my Scrum Masters, my team, because they're the heart of my team as an Agile coach, are my Scrum Masters, my product owners, and my managers. They're all part of my team and the teams themselves, but it just gets huge. Next thing I know, I have 80 people to talk to, and I just can't. I mean, that would be a whole week, right? If I talk to 80 people, and I had spent a half hour a day for all 80 people, that would be the entire week. Nothing else would get done. So I had to depend on my Scrum Masters to do their job as coaches for their teams. But one of the keys is they have to ask the team what to do or what they want. They shouldn't assume what would work for the team. It's a very difficult layer. So it's enough talking about that. I highly recommend if I put that XP stuff up there. That was great from Philly XP. It was I'm glad I stumbled on. I was studying for my SAFE SA enablement so I could teach a class. But I took a break, watched it, sat in on session, listened to it. He had some really great one-liners in there and everything. I think I even snapped a picture of one of them that was really good. And maybe I'll share it. I'll keep reciting him because I'll plug him. He's very good. Most companies would totally blow up their brains if they actually tried listen to what him is like. Oh, we can't do that. That would be terrible. We can't. I'll lose all my power. But it was a good one. All right. So with that done, so that's what we talked about. Scrum Masters work really hard not to make assumptions for your team. It's a very big danger to what you do. And with that, we're going to do Fortune Cookie Friday. Yay! So Fortune Cookie Friday. What's Fortune Cookie Friday, you may ask? Well, Agile accountants, those people that put all those fields in JIRA to make you do all these extra lines of compliance, to make sure you write your stories in a specific way where it's as so-and-so, I want this so that this, like those people, right? And they gig you. Well, you didn't include those exact phrases in your description of your story, so therefore we're going to gig you for it. I'm like, really? There's a reason behind each one of those things and why you do it. Sometimes you need it, sometimes you don't. Depends how long your team's working, how well they understand what's in the story. We'll talk. Maybe I'll do a show on that one day. Why do we use those phrases? So the Agile accountants put information in this cookie, and in this cookie has something that may or may not apply to their show, may apply to Agile, and our job is to apply it to Agile. So I'm going to open it up. Dun, dun, dun. Take my glasses off so I can read it. All right, here's the cookie. One person with a belief is equal to a force of 91 or 99 who have only an interest. That's interesting. One person with a belief is equal to a force of 99 who have only an interest. I'm gonna give you something. I haven't talked about it, but I'm gonna give an example. A person with a belief is equal to a force of 99 who have only an interest. I'm gonna talk about being a professional and studying and learning. I talked about how I went and attended the XP class, right? I went to a Boulder Agile group. I'm forming up a new meetup group with the 5 a.m. Mester Scrum with different times, and I'm still working on them, getting some speakers and how we might want to do that. And I have to build up the audience and advertise it. Probably next month sometime, just before the holidays. Think about it. So, a person with a belief is equal to the force of 99 who only have an interest. So, when you do want to become a Scrum Master, part of it is your professional development. Just because you take a class or you take a cert or you take a test and pass a test and it says, oh, you're now a certified Scrum Master, or now you're a certified product owner. You have to really believe what you want to do to be better than the other 99 who also took the test, who passed the test. You have to study, you have to participate, you have to learn, you have to listen to others. So you have to put that extra part. You have to believe in what it is to be a Scrum Master. You have to believe in what it is to be Agile, to be very successful at it. Otherwise, you're just in a pool of 99 other people who passed the cert. So that's what I'm going to say about today. So are you just one of those 99 who just took a cert and got a certified Scrum Master thing? Or are you with that one who believes in it, participates in it, grows in it, and matures himself as a professional in the Agile world? So that's what I'm going to leave it at. A little different take from normal, but this I see a lot where people get cert and they want to all of a sudden be like an Agile coach, or they want to be something, or they want to run things. I said, all you have experience is getting a cert. You haven't done any of this yet. It's good to get some experience and get some nicks and scrapes and stuff. So that's what I have for today. I hope you enjoy your Friday. Please give us a thumbs up if you like the show. Take a listen to our podcast. Ring the little bell so when we go live, you get notice. And if we put stuff out there, that you'll see it. And welcome. I put a thing about Nebraska was on there yesterday. We had Egypt grew on our group. We had Colorado. Looking out for some Delaware people. I haven't seen any Delaware in a while. I haven't seen much going on in Delaware. Hope Delaware's doing okay. I know they used to have a big Agile influence in the area, but I haven't heard much of them lately. But I hope they're doing well. All those people in Agile I met over some of the Agile Delaware meetings. I hope you're doing well there in Wilmington. And with that, thumbs up. Enjoy your Friday. Happy scrumming. Remember, you have to have a little bit of belief and a little passion in what you do, or otherwise you're just part of the other 99 people with the cert. All right? Take care. And I'll share all that information I saw earlier when they posted. See ya.